let's continue working on this first part. Okay, let's start from, we are at 1.3, basic statistic analysis now. So the first one, we can do the label list, changes in CEO and chairman in a year. We can do this one and then show that as a table here. So if you run that, you will see this. You will see a table for how many has turned over for CEO and how many for chairman. And this is this one. Okay, so for next one, it's just for shown but not change any data. So we can use preserve and restore. So anything in between would be the operations, but it won't change the data set. So the first one is how many CEO changeovers. So it's using the keep if position equals to 2, that's for CEO sample, and show the table, year, and position, and so that's allowing multiple turnover in a year. And this one is duplicated drop. Duplicated drop is another command in Stata. So delete any duplicated cases so that it can merge with the financial data. Financial data is only year, company, per observations. So we can have multiple observations for CEO turnover. So we just keep one here. Okay, so type to show the table of the year and position. So you can see, but it won't change the data set because it's restored. So you see, so this is, it seems like it's consistent. CEO turnover numbers is all above 300 and it's pretty consistent result. And the next one is similar, but it's just working on the chairman turnover. So you see, it's a little less than the CEO turnover. Anyhow, so this is this part. But this paper only deal with the cases of CEO turnover. So we can run this one. So you see now what's left in the data set should be only the CEO turnover. So we got 2,796 observations. Okay, so next one, we want to create the variables for table 1. Table 1, let's take a look at table 1 here. So it just count like how many companies, how many total turnover, annual turnover rate, number of CEO turnover after consolidation, so only one turnover per year per company. Number of CEO turnover after consolidation here. Just count on how many CEO turnovers in a year. That's this one. And annual turnover rate after consolidation here. Okay, so let's do that. So the table is easy, but we need to find out how many so we can fill up that form. Okay, so we sort. So in the code is drop VARS. This is used in earlier version of Stata, but we use drop in Stata 15. But however, these never appeared in the code before. We don't need these numbers. It seems like we don't need these. We don't need to drop these variables. If you do drop these variables, what you see here, delete it. So you see. It will say variables not found. You see variables not found. So, but anyhow, if we don't run this command, and it's fine, and then we sort it and create a new variable, count how many how many changes. So how many changes of turnover. So we run this one and also generated, and also and this variable NCH ID, and meaning is duplicated times of turnover in a year. So it's counting how many turnovers in a year. So we can run it. Okay, so if you see the ID year, NCHG ID, so it should give us how many, so it will tell us how many turnovers in a year here. So we can continue. So it tells you number of turnovers per company per year. Second one, total turnovers per year with duplicates. And the same thing. And also the next one is we don't want to have duplicated. So total turnover each year, no duplicates. So this one is no duplicates. So we use this tag in Excel, and then we use this if command for unique turnover. Okay, so total number of turnovers after consolidation. So this is the part of this table. Informations for part of this table. This is total turnover each year, and non-duplicable, and so this number can tell multiple turnovers from unique turnover and keep only one turnover per company year. So this is this one. Okay, so this is the information we need to create this table, and then you can use the information created here so far to work on this table 1 here. You can see the results: browse, ID year, NCHG, YR, DUP. NCHG, YR, U. Anyhow, you can use the browse on this. Let me still do that. Here, so this one. There is another one. Okay, so so you see, this is the data now showing only the new one we just added. Okay, for example, company 38 has multiple turnovers, and others too. Yeah. Company 38, it shows 4 here. Yeah, and anyhow, so you can get the table 1's results from here. And for table 2, say show the table of resigned reasons. If you do this one, so the results are shown here. Okay, so the logout function, I haven't figured out how to just it's, if I do this, it's always telling me there's a problem. If I do this, and always tells me there's a problem, command is unrecognized. I haven't figured out what is the problem with this one yet. But anyhow, you got this data, so you can use it to copy it. You can copy it and to Excel, and then copy paste to Excel and to Word. You don't have to do this logout. It just automatically will output the data to the Excel, but it's not necessary. Okay, so the same thing, table on the right side, you can do that. So this is the result. Anyhow, so this is the result, and we have done this. This is to create the histogram, so it was created at the folder. This part is no problem, and I can I had the folder of results, and then so for this part it was created it was created in the results folder here. So this is the first graph. So this part, so I can save it here, or you don't have to do that. You can just run this and copy the graph and save it. And see, you can save it and use it, put it into your report. So you don't have to do that. TABSTAT and table stat. So you can use it to report the statistic numbers like mean and standard deviation, all these. So this is using this command, and then so we can also for another one, turnover, and it's no problem for this part. You can just you run this command. So for the next part, so we have to consolidate the data. So everything is fine here. So we want to focus on forced turnover here. So so we want to drop the duplicated numbers and created a dummy variable and then defined it for the reasons it's turnover. We want to tell forced turnover apart from the volunteer turnover. So this is how it is done here. So this is how it is done. So you see the results. How many forced turnover, normal turnover, and forced turnover. So it will report it here. So you can copy it and paste it into a Word file and make it or into Excel, and then so you can do, so you don't have to use this logout command here. Anyhow, so this part, it just shows the distribution. TSSET, just to make the observations a time series. Make the data the time series. So, and this just tells the observations of your data. It's nothing. It's not part of the table. But you see, so it sees this is 2007. So there's one the turnover on 2007. There's 193 times forced turnover. 2006, no, this is 2005, 2007, 6, 5, 2005, 75, 71 cases. So you see, so it tells the distributions are just nicely done here too. So you can see like it's quite evenly distributed for turnover. Anyhow, so this is this one. Now after we're done with this one, so we can just save it. We can just save it. You can find, you see, so it will be saved under your directory you defined using the cd command here. So this is the one. So it just saved here. So we are merging this data with the financial data. And then after we merged it, the last part is just to run logic regression. Logic regression is not it's just like a 0 and 1. So for the dependent variables, there are only 2 observations, and then it's not so complicated. And then that's all. After we finish the regression, we got the results, and the replication exercise will be done. So for the next part, and I'll make the video and show how to merge it with the financial data. Okay, thank you for watching. That's all for this video. Let me know if you have any questions.